Well, if you're worried about losing your job or you've recently been downsized out of a job, it can feel absolutely overwhelming, but there is hope. Derrick Kinney is with us this afternoon with 4 steps to try to help you land the job that you want. Derrick, thanks so much for being with us today.
My pleasure. Great to be with you, Jason.
Yeah, and this is a crucial topic, too, for anybody who's going through this. It can feel like your whole world is coming to an end when you don't have a job to support yourself or your family, and you start sort of going in every direction to make that right. So let's go through your steps here. You say the first one is to decide what problem you help people to solve. Talk a little bit about what you mean by that, because this might not be something that somebody would typically think to do first.
Jason, here's the reality for our viewers. When you apply for a job, there's probably 100 to 300 other people who apply for the same job. So the game you're playing is, how can your resume stand out? You want people to say, oh my goodness, this is someone I need to bring in for the interview. The way you do that is, don't put at the top the typical stuff, person looking for a job, etc., etc. Then you blend in. You want to identify what is the core problem, I like to say, that you own, and how can you help the company make money, save money, and increase productivity. Nobody hires anybody just to hire them. They hire them to make or save more money. If you do that, you're going to stand out and get that interview.
That's a really great idea, too, because I think a lot of us have a talent, something that we're good at in whatever we do, and it might not necessarily match, a job description, but it might be something that another employer is really looking for. So good advice there. The next thing on the list, you say, is that you should give your resume a makeover. A lot of people just kind of set it and forget it. How do you make it more effective?
Yeah, let's take the wrinkles out of the resume here. So most people's resumes talk about, look, I'm good at filing, I'm good at answering the phone, I'm good at these basic things that bore people to death. We're going to take that out. You want to ask yourself in your current job specific numbers. How have you increased the business? How have you helped the company save money? How did you help more customers grow? You want to put numbers and statistics, because numbers are like dollar signs to employers that say, oh my goodness, this person is successful there, they'll be successful here as well. So state the problem, put numbers and results. Now you're getting closer to that interview call.
All right, so you also need a good cover letter to go with that, Derrick, and the question is, what's the best way to do that? Because I think that kind of intimidates people, or maybe they go with that boilerplate cover letter.
Or they don't use one at all, Jason. This is shocking. When I hire people, more and more people just send me the resume and they have no cover letter. The cover letter is gold for all of our viewers. That helps you stand out and connect personally. But here's the key. You want to make that cover letter so personal that the hiring person can tell you gave it some thought, and you talk about how your unique skills and the problem you solve ties directly to that job, and tell them, I believe I'm perhaps the best candidate for this job. When can we schedule the interview? You want to be proactive and presumptive. That's how you stand out.
Okay, and so let's say that people do these things, Derrick, and they get that appointment for an interview, which can feel like this huge, wonderful thing, and then the dread sets in of how are you going to set yourself apart. What does someone do to really stand out and make that successful impression when they get to the interview?
Well, you want to answer the questions, but you want to answer them with stories that the interviewer can relate to. So here's the model. You want to say, here's a problem that I was facing in our company, and here's what the solution I came up with, and here's the result. When you follow that formula, what that does is it shows that you have experience solving these problems, you've helped the company work through it, and that employer says, oh my goodness, that person has experience being successful. It removes all doubt that you might be their next best employee.
All right. Hopefully that does it for some people who are going through this right now. As we know, people always are, and it's a tough time to go through. But set it up in steps and listen to Derrick here. Derrick, thanks as always for taking the time with us this afternoon.
My pleasure, Jason. Thank you.